has to be the subjects he is. He loves his maids, the maids of his house. He didn't invent them to clean it because his house is messy. His maids love being the maids. He makes them and would love to be them. That's how glorious he is in what he makes. He does not make less to say, now I know more. I make more because I'm so grand. I am not jealous of what I make because I am what I make as well. I am the maker and the made. I am the Father, the Son, the law, the all. And those who know God know that. They know it. There will be no escape. For a time, maybe so. Long, no. Love one another. That is why you are supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. If you truly love God with all your heart, might, mind, and strength, you will love your neighbor as yourself, because you will see God everywhere. Now, the golden rule. We don't seek to use the golden rule again to extract people, to get them to do what we want them to do. They are gold. On the road to alchemy, the old alchemists would say, we start with lead, L-E-A-D. Is that our lead? Who's leading? And we work our way through the refiner's fire until we get to gold. Now the gold is this, my friends, and you may scoff. I want to be a stone that is brim and full. Have you ever heard that commercial back in the old days? Fill it to the rim with brim. And they were talking about coffee. Of course, so you were LDS and you didn't do that, and neither did I. Fill it to the rim with brim. Brim is on the top. It is not grim. It is ready to overflow. It is yellow. Have you ever looked up soul? S-O-L, fur? Fur is like hair. Hair. H-E-I-R. There are some fires that burn, and there's some that purify. Sulfur is not the... I would like you to think about two different words and listen to the sounds. The sounds are not an accident. Some psychologists would tell you language is all psychological. The mind. Well, yeah, language, we didn't pick the sounds for words by just an accident. Even when we think that we are, we end up, things come through. So I want you to listen to these words. Soul, fur, and then Lucifer. Okay. Soul, S-O-L. It is a sun. It is your soul. A soul. All is sun, all is celestial, all is soul. Now, fur. Fur has many different meanings, but let me tell you, if you were a little child and I asked you, what is fur? You'd say, well, it's hair. It's fur on an animal, they're hairs. And fur is singular but plural. Yeah, many hairs is a fur. Fur on an animal, fur. Think like a child, please. Because you're saying these words and you might not realize that your mind is also saying that at the same time. And you think you're saying this, and you are, but you're also saying that, and your mind knows. Fur, hair. Here's a way to spell hair. H-E-I-R. Air. But we put an H there, and it looks like hair. Because you say heir. Are you the heir of a kingdom? You do say heir, even though you don't spell it with an A-I-R. Although there is hair, and that is fur. And that's spelled H-A-I-R. So I would like to tell you that fur in the human psyche often means hair. The soul air. The soul air. Solar? Fine. Solar? Some people are a solar sect, I guess. I don't know. But the soul heir of the kingdom. And who is the soul heir? You are a soul. All is soul. And that is the air, the H-E-I-R, sulfur. Now tell me about Lucifer. Loose. Light. Light is bright. It can be white. And I like white light, but not instead. Light can blind you, like with headlights. You see so much light, but yet you could be blinded and think you see, but not see. Sometimes I'd rather be, before going back to Lucifer, I'd rather be in the dark and let my eyes adjust. And then things start to come around. And I go, oh, I see this now. Before all was dark and now my eyes are adjusting. But when I'm in the light, sometimes all I see is that light. And it blinds me. And I think I see, but I do not. Sometimes we are blind. But remember, light can blind you too. Just let me shine a flashlight at you, and you'll see. We don't do that with our torch light bearer. We don't do that. Light bearer is Lucifer, in case you forgot. We don't blind with that light. We love that light. You are that light. You are the life. All is the life, including you. We are all the light and the life, but the light can blind us. So luz, L-U-Z, illuminate, illumination, Illuminati, illuminated. But you know, that's the ill light. Fur, we already talked about that. The air, light. I'm going to be the lightest in the kingdom, the most glorious degree of light there ever is. I am going to be the greatest degree of light. People will look at me and I'll be so bright. I will wither people away. Now Jesus walked again on the road to Emmaus with some disciples who didn't even recognize him. I imagine in some of the pictures they show him wearing a hood. And maybe they just didn't understand or see. But he walked next to them and talked. And by the tone of his voice or the sound, evidently they didn't quite get it, but with his words they did. Yet do you notice, even though during the Transfiguration he was white, but he doesn't have to be. And here he was walking in a kingdom with a glorified, resurrected body, and not brighter than the noonday sun, although he can be. And he was walking among people and they didn't recognize him. Now, let me ask you something. Can a celestial being, Mormons, can a celestial God visit the telestial kingdom? You say your heavenly Father cannot visit the telestial kingdom. And I know what you imagine. A man with a glorified, resurrected body walking in the telestial kingdom, and I understand that. You said only the Son, the soul, Jesus, can visit the terrestrial, but only angels can go down, those subjects of the gods, to the telestial and visit and minister. But this is not even the telestial, you said. This is even not as glorious as the telestial kingdom here in this state and world we are in now. Surely this is almost like a darkness that is much less glorious than even the lowest kingdom. And yet Jesus can also walk here with his glorified, resurrected body. What kind of God couldn't? I'm not going to be a smart aleck. You figure it out. Is that the kind of being you want to be? So glorious that your light is so shining that you make everything wither. We are all souls. We are all sons. Yes. Nevertheless, even Mormons know Jesus can walk among them with sandals after his resurrection and not look exactly the way you said he should have. He can visit this low place where Adam and Eve are still toiling with their children and haven't even resurrected to the lowest glory? Wow. It makes me wonder sometimes about your degrees of glory.